Alright, good morning guys. I'm gonna head into town, pick up some grocery items and stuff like that. Late start to the day, it's about 1 o'clock. Been doing some editing and whatnot. So yeah, let's head into town and see where the day goes from there. Alright, made it into town. Had to pick up a few items. Alright, picked up some groceries. Now I guess on the way back to the farm. So, yeah. It was a nice little drive to get away from the farm. I don't know, not too much happening around here anymore. Made it back home. Time for a wrap. I love this car. Alright, what's good with you guys? I was looking out the window and I see there's something I'd like to share with you guys. I saw the horses are up here by the fence, so I thought it'd be a great time to share them with you guys. Me, my dad, and Jason built this fence this summer when we had some time and we were all home. Looks pretty good, I'd say. But here are the horses. Hey, come here. Come in. Nimpu, Charger. So, a little backstory. On the horses. My grandma always wanted miniature ponies, and my grandpa passed away about 1.5 years ago, and so we got her horses, and she loves them, so she actually named them. Oh, they're right here now. She named the big one Charger. Hi. Hi. She named this one Charger because it was charging the dog and stuff, and the little one she named Nimpu. Charger and Nimpu. I don't know where Nimpu comes from, but I'm okay with it. They're pretty nice. As you can see, they're quite tiny. This is like every little girl's dream. They're also for the kids too. The kids love the horses. I mean, who wouldn't? I kind of like them too. They want carrots. I should have brought them some. But yeah, guys, there are our miniature horses. Let's see if maybe I can find the horses some carrots. Not the best day out today. As you can see, it's really quite gloomy, and it's not the warmest. There's a bit of a wind. Wind is always a bitch in the winter time. Pardon my French. Yeah, I'm gonna go see if I can find them some carrots. Well, so much for the carrot idea. The dog's an asshole, and got jealous because I locked her inside to go see the horses because I knew she would go chase them away, and she chased them away anyway. Oh well, what do you do? Stupid dogs. Alright, I think it's a perfect time to show you what I got here in this case. So this is my SKS. I don't know if you guys are into guns or anything like that, but basically this is a Russian-made war rifle, essentially. It's semi-automatic. It shoots the same thing a AK-47 shoots, which is a 7.62, well 7.62 by 39 millimeter. It's a fun gun. So if you're into guns and you're thinking about buying a 22 and you're older and kind of experienced with weapons, I would not buy a 22. I would buy one of these, because a 22 is roughly what, like 350 bucks on average. There's some cheaper, some more expensive, but could say 350 bucks for a 22. This gun right here, I paid 200 bucks for, and then I bought this ammo box for another 200 bucks, and this ammo box, maybe it was 250, I don't know, it's somewhere around there. This ammo box had something like 1,500 shots in it. So a 22 is cheap and fun, but then again, this is more caliber of a bullet. Recoil is fun, but yet really manageable with this gun. It doesn't kick at all. I'll show you guys outside. And ammo is wicked cheap because it's military surplus. So I see no reason to buy a 22 anymore. I haven't touched my 22 in years. Every time I come home, I shoot this gun. So I'm home. Let's go shoot this gun. Now let's take a closer look at this gun. So I will tell you one thing if you are thinking about buying one of these now. They come standard with the standard iron sights, which is fine. The iron sights, I like iron sights on a gun, they're fun. But I put this scope on it. Now, it looks really simple, but this isn't the best way to mount it because it's mounted on this dust cover. And this dust cover moves every time the slide moves. So you aren't going to have the most accurate scope mount like this. If you take it to a gunsmith, you can get the scope mounted better. But for something like 35 bucks, I got that dust cover that I could mount my scope onto, and it works fine as long as you aren't going like insane yardage. So that's just one thing to keep in mind when thinking about buying one of these. Now this is what the ammo in that crate comes like. So you just rip it back and you have a bunch of shells in here. I normally always just pull this paper out, and then this is your shell, so you can see it in comparison. I like it, it's a good round, full metal jacket, so you can't hunt with these. These are just for target practice purposes only. And how you load this gun, it's a hinge foreplate, so you literally just snap them all in there like that. And be careful if this ever releases, like it should hold when the clip is empty, but if it ever snap back, your fingers will be caught in there, and that is not fun. So I'm just gonna take a few shots at random things. It's all bush for miles that way, so I don't have to worry about shooting in unsafe direction. Do this lots, so just make sure you're aware of your surroundings and everything, and before you do something like this. But my slide didn't close all the way. Well, I have to say, it's the first time I've ever had trouble with this gun. Well, let's fail. I guess this would be a great time to show you guys how you unload this gun. So like I said, it's a hinge foreplate. So you just pop it, and it's spring loaded as you can see. And then all the shells just fall out. Alright, as you can see, I got the slide open, and here's the bullet. I don't know if there's a default in the ammunition or if a malfunction of the gun itself. So I'm just gonna rack it a few times, make sure everything's working right. Yep. Fired. Seems okay now. Load her up. Alright, this is a test fire. So I only put 5 rounds in it, but everything should be good now. Yep, bolt closed. We are live. That's why I love this gun so much. Alright, this time I'm just gonna unload 5 rounds as fast as I can. Just like that. Okay, last time I was home, I shot the gun and I kind of sighted in a bit. I can't remember where I got to on that, so I got a target down yards, or down range rather, about 25 yards away, and I'm gonna take a couple shots at it and see where I'm hitting. Alright, so that's 9 rounds. I'm gonna shoot all 9 rounds, aiming for the center bullseye. We'll see if they group, where they group, what it does. There's 9 shots. It looks like we did really well. I'll take you guys down there to look though. Walking up to the target here, you guys can see that I did pretty well sighting it in last time I was home. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. The last one flew up a bit. But that's not bad. Again, it's only 25 yards. And we got a rifle here capable of shooting 500 yards. So we have a target set up at 100 yards there. I'm going to go put a new piece of paper on it and see what kind of 100-yard groups we can get at. The reason you do 25 yards to start when you're sighting in a rifle is 25 yards is identical to 100 yards. It's 1/4 closer, and the way sighting in works, it's all by minute of angle, and I used to be up to date on that, but some of that stuff slips my mind. So just to simplify it, at 25 yards, wherever you're hitting on the target, it'll be times 4 to 100 yards. So say you're an inch high at 25 yards, you times that by 4 and you'll be 4 inches high at 100 yards. And at 100 yards, 1 click equals roughly 1/4 inch. So 4 clicks to an inch at 100 yards when dialing in the scope. That's all I got. So again guys, I'm going to put 10 shots in it, and I'm going to do 10 shot grouping at 100 yards. This is kind of a shitty cheap scope. Again, this is just my fun gun. I don't really take this out hunting seriously, where I know I need to shoot up to 300 yards or whatever accurately, so keep that in mind. Alright, there's 10 shots. Let's go see how we did. If you guys just watch the movies and don't actually have experience with guns, that right there is what it looks like when a bullet hits the ground. In snow anyway. You don't get as much spray in the dirt. Well, you do, but you don't notice it. So, I'm not really surprised by these results. None in the bull, but we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I still 7, 8, 9. They're all shooting high and pretty all over the place. But like I said, that scope is cheap for 1. For 2, the mount isn't very good. But it slings them roughly in the right area. So I'm gonna load up the clip another time. Well, it's not clip. I'm gonna load it up another time with 10 shots and just shoot for fun, and then we'll be done. Another thing, guys, that's not my shot either. I'm a pretty decent shot. Same yards with my, or same distance with my other gun. I put the lid of a 2-liter pop bottle, and I said, oh, I needed one shot. I shot and I hit it. That's a pretty small target for 100 yards. Am I the only one who can do it? No, absolutely not. A lot of people can do it, but I'm just saying I have a pretty decent shot. I also hit a clay pigeon at 500 yards in an open field with about a 30-mile-an-hour crosswind with a 32 grain bullet. That was my 204. So it's 20 caliber. The actual projectile is smaller than a 22, but the casing is much larger, giving it that about 4,800 muzzle velocity, I think, feet per second. So it's a small, fast projectile, but at that distance with that kind of crosswind, if any of you are into shooting guns, you know it'll move that bullet around quite a bit. So if this was the target I was aiming for, I was actually aiming way up here and way over to manage the wind and the distance. So I was pretty proud of that shot. But anyway, got 10 rounds loaded up here. Let's have some fun. Well, that was fun. Let's go back inside now. 1 second here. This was the shot that failed earlier. Just to show you how robust this gun is, it's kind of got some ice formed on it. I don't recommend you do this, but I know that it's going to be fine. And I'm going to prove to you that these guns are very capable. Just like that. Alright, I thought I'd be done for the day, but then my buddy texted me and he wants to go play some Call of Duty Zombies, so I got the car warmed up. That's where I'm going. There's a skunk in the yard, I can smell it. That's why the dog's going nuts. Stupid dog. Oh well, keep the skunk out of the yard, away from my away from me, so I don't smell. But anyway, let's hit the road. Alright, made it to my buddy's place. Now time to play some zombies. Cheers. Time for some zombies. I got it.
Don't shoot him.
Oh, too late. There's another one.
You're lucky.
Up round 14, easy. Easy.
Dustin still camps up there.
Does he?
Yeah.
Does he use the cheat?
No, they fixed it.
They fixed it.
But he still sits on the balcony. Fucking noob. Because after they did that upgrade, I checked it out right after too, and then you couldn't do it. Like there's times I hit the like fence, like where you should be,
yeah,
and if there's nothing, it wouldn't let you see it. But
round 24. I did. Oh well, that was fun. Now we're playing a little Modern Warfare Remastered. Alright guys, finally made it back home. It's New Year's Eve night, so I want to wish everybody a Happy New Year's. And I'm gonna sign this video off here. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. I tried to make it entertaining. Subscribe, hit that like button, and leave me a comment. I'll appreciate reading anything you guys leave me. But anyway, as always, I'm Eddie Drifter, and stay sideways.